Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Star Trek Section 31, a new movie out on Paramount Plus right now. And in Star Trek Section 31, it deals with this ragtag band of mercenaries, I think, who all work for this task force called Section 31. And essentially they have to get this Empress from another universe to help them find this weapon of mass destruction that could potentially destroy Starfleet and the Federation. And there we go. There we have the movie. Okay, so to get things started, first and foremost, I would say the best thing about this movie is Michelle Yeoh, but I don't think she really cared for being in this film. I'm not gonna lie, Michelle Yeoh is a fantastic actress, and even in her 60s, she's still pretty BA. Not a lot of people can say that. So yeah, that's impressive. But I have a feeling she didn't really want to be in this film. She overacts in this way as if she has this attitude like she doesn't care. You know, like she's trying to fulfill a contract or something like that. So yeah, the one thing that could have been the one redeeming quality of the film, non-existent. Now on to everything else. This film was written by people who clearly don't like Star Trek. I'm serious. Like the whole Wrath of Khan scenario where the director wasn't really a fan of Star Trek, that's like a rarity that turns out well. And in his case, it only did because he at least cared about pleasing Star Trek fans. He at least cared about doing that. Making the fans happy, giving them what they want. That's why Wrath of Khan turned out pretty well. As a matter of fact, Wrath of Khan turned out extremely well, because it is the best Star Trek movie ever made, period, end of discussion. Section 31, on the other hand, whoever wrote this doesn't care about Star Trek, doesn't like Star Trek, and cares even less about pleasing the fans. Because almost nothing with this film felt like Star Trek. Yes, it has names like Starfleet and Federation and, a few of the alien species from the shows over the years. They're in it. But nothing about the story or the characters really felt like Star Trek. And in addition to that, the story itself is just stupid. Hardly anything about the narrative makes much sense. The whole thing is we have to get this one artifact in order to prevent this from happening. And it's like your cliche doomsday weapon. Which, why do we still do doomsday weapons? And a huge chunk of it is set on this derelict, abandoned planet. And with the bad guy now having this doomsday weapon, they just stay there. They just stay there. It takes them forever to even sit there and go, hey, look, we gotta find a ship in order to get off this rock. And whatever happened to Star Trek being intelligent? Also, the characters, they all suck. They all suck. And every single one of them just fits this dumb, stereotype or cliche. And you're just sitting there going, well, I know not to trust you to the one character you can't trust. There's also this conspiracy plot twist thing that they literally ruin in the dumbest way possible before it is even revealed. I don't know. Now, in case anyone's wondering how the action scenes and how the combat scenes are like, they're like a really poor mid-2000s action movie with that, fast editing trick that's not well done at all. Everything's just edited so chaotically that's really hard to describe, and you can barely understand what's going on. The special effects kind of range from some, CGI effects being actually pretty good, to others looking like crap. And there's just no way around that. Some effects, it's like, wow, that actually looks pretty good. Others, it's like, why does this feel like a PS3 video game? So guys, at the end of the day, Star Trek Section 31, it's an easy contender for worst movie of the year. I'm not going to lie. I freaking hate this film. And that's kind of a little hard for me to admit. I grew up at like the tail end of Star Trek's prime, and I did catch a little bit of it with Enterprise. I know what it's supposed to be. This ain't it. The narrative doesn't cry. Star Trek, the characters are all stupid. They fit stereotypes and cliches rather than, being an actual character. The combat is not good. The special effects range, and honestly, I think this was probably made by people who hate Star Trek rather than, people who grew up with Star Trek, love it, love its themes, love it, what it represents, a future where humanity's better, not worse. And Star Trek Section 31, it's just a terrible film. And I recommend avoiding it as much as you can. I'm gonna give Star Trek Section 31 a 1. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Badetsky way.